All right, so give me a
Go ahead,
score
CK.
prediction for you guys.
I think the Steelers lay a goose egg. We never play well to teams. I think we put up 10 points and we get the fucking win. 10-3 Steelers. Worst game on. Thank God this isn't prime time because our eyes are going to be bleeding by the end of it. We're going to almost lose in the end. And I think one of their receivers drops it in the end zone. Stonehands. Patrick P lets him get right off. Going to go to OT. He drops it. We win 10-3. 10-3. Boswell makes the extra point, and the field goal, obviously.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Steelers. Here we go. Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. Here we go.
Cheer the Steelers.
Alrighty, what's up, everybody? Here we go.
Right.
This is the Degen Yinzers podcast. Welcome, everybody. This is we're just a bunch of fans out here trying to talk about the Steelers.
Hold on, I think you need to see their faces. Hold on, Dan.
We were so not
You
ready.
need to see their faces.
Wait,
Like,
we were
cut in half.
We were looking at.
I was munching a quesadilla.
You just went right into it. I was asking a question. All right, whatever. Let's fucking go.
We just a bunch of friends here, and we want to check out, talk about the Steelers because we love the Steelers so much. Someone want to give us a quick run through of how we know each other?
Yeah, so I'm originally from Pittsburgh, born and raised here, and so is my guy Colin to my left over here. And so I went all the way out to school in California, thinking that I was going to be the only one that was part of the Terrible Towel gang. But actually, no, this 6'7" dude in my fraternity, we bonded right off the bat. Both Steeler fans through and through. And do you want to go on your side of the things, Dan?
Yeah, so basically me and Drew are cousins over here, Steeler Drew. And then Colin and Peter are friends from home. And so I kind of met Peter through school. And then weirdly, Andrew met Colin through school. And so Andrew and Colin became friends, and then me and Peter became friends. And then I visited Peter.
Yeah, and this relationship bond went so far to the point where I didn't even know that Dan and CK knew each other. I go on Dan's Snapchat in Arizona with Colin and Andrew. So clearly the Degen Yinzers is a pretty solid, pretty collaborative group.
Didn't you find out you knew me in the hot tub at Pete's house?
I was pledging Andrew's fraternity, and I cleaned his house, and he had some Steelers sheets. So I knew me and him were going to be good friends, and we've been great friends ever since.
So Peter and CK right now, or Colin, are out in Pittsburgh. They're living out there. Drew's actually in Hawaii. You want to show us a little view, Drew, out there?
Give a little view, a little tour.
Yeah, baby.
We're on the 6th floor.
Is this
Marriott,
pre or post hurricane?
This is a different island, but it's post hurricane.
You mean fire?
We're on the island of Oahu.
He turns the camera on and it's just in flames. We're like, all right, just get it back. Let's get back to this.
And so I'm out here in the West Coast. I actually was just at the game this weekend in Vegas. I went out to Sunday Night Football. Amazing game. What's your guys? I guess we'll jump into the game a little bit. What was our vibe when the game started? I guess.
Well, that Calvin Austin touchdown, exactly when kickstart our offense. That was long overdue.
Yeah, that Calvin Austin touchdown was huge.
Well, I was at the game, and we go in, and first drive we have the ball, 3 and out. I'm like, oh, here we go again. Here we go. And then they get the ball. They went 3 and out too, I'm pretty sure. And then we get the ball again. What do? 3 and out. And so then
3 and out, baby.
Again, Matt Canada, the usual stuff. They come down and score on that 4th down, and I'm like, yo, this could be bad. We come out. It's first down. Also, Matt Canada, I've been noticing, literally. If there's an incomplete on first down, it's a guarantee that second down is going to be a run every time. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
A run.
Oh yeah,
2 yards.
It's guaranteed 2-inch gain from Najee every single time.
8 in the box.
And
running the ball for 2 yards.
Yeah, exactly. I think the Raiders were stacking the box. I think Najee's a guarantee. He's really good at getting 1 yard or 0 yards. That's like his thing.
Also, can we talk about how Najee Harris might be the most overrated player of all time? Like, he fucking sucks. He sucks. He was a first-round pick. We are obligated to give him the snaps because Jalen Warren is an undrafted guy. No one even knew about him. Rookie year last year. So, obviously, we're not going to give him the starter snaps. But we got to start looking at the numbers, and we got to start putting in number 30 a little more. What do we think about that?
I agree. I think
I think the
Well,
snap
we talked
count
about it
last week
before.
was 128 Warren, so catching up for Warren for sure.
oh, he was.
Is that what it was?
The
What was
thing
it?
is,
I think it was 31 Najee, 28 Warren.
50
and, like,
times.
Snap count. not
Okay,
runs.
okay.
And like even like last year, we were like obviously like the flashy pick, like the right like the pick you kind of have to do is Najee. But I think it's getting to a point where like let's get Jalen Warren going. It was
Can we
that-
get some information on that draft? Who could have we drafted when we drafted Najee? Like, I'm just curious. Like, who should have we drafted?
Was that first round, middle?
just
Yeah,
Patrick
first
Like,
Mahomes.
what was it? Was it 2021 class? Well, like, I'm not even kidding. Let's see where.
Was it the 21
I don't
draft?
I think it was 21.
You look
Yeah,
it up.
two.
But so basically,
We're gonna dig into that, but keep going.
third possession. Like first, I think the first play incomplete. Second play, 3-yard run. Jalen Warren. I'm like, dude, are we gonna go 3 and out again? And then I'm sitting behind the goalpost. And the play was coming towards me, and we ran this play. Pickett had great protection. I'm pretty sure I watched the play and like Warren had a great block on this play, but just Calvin Austin
Yeah.
deep.
Yeah, he picked
And,
up
like-
Max Crosby.
Oh yeah, he did pick up Matt Crosby, and like he kind of pushed him back. But
Yeah,
what's it called?
Like made him
And then
beyond the line of
that
scrimmage
ball
and shit.
was a perfect ball. Like it was like on the run with a fast receiver. Like sometimes Kenny Pickett surprises me with like just great plays.
Hey guys, I'm gonna be
That's a
honest.
perfect read.
Looking back on that 21 draft, if we didn't draft Najee Harris, we would have been fucked. Because if we would have drafted anyone below him,
Sucks.
the next best player was what? Javonte Williams, Javon
Eli
Holland,
Moore, maybe?
Eli Moore. We're taking it. We gotta take Najee all day.
Yeah.
Steelers do prevail with always getting it right. We actually ended up scooping Pat Freiermuth at 55, which was kind of hype. So yeah, I think we did well in that draft, even though he sucks right now.
Dude, I don't think Najee's an issue. It's our O line.
Yeah, our
He's getting
interior
met like in the
O-line is
backfield. He can't do shit. Like if we had the
That
line
is
that
true.
Le'Veon had, Najee would not be talked about
The-
like this.
The only thing I have to say though to that, Andrew, is if we had even if we had a good offensive line, sometimes when they do hit their blocks, there's runs that he has, he'll rip off 12 or 15 and it's a good run. But I think to myself, any other back would have gotten 30 or housed. Like he's slow. Like, so
Like
even
Joe.
on his good runs, I'm still like skeptical on his ability.
Maybe he's just fat.
You know,
Yeah, before the game
my pro
started-
comp to Najee Harris, Eddie Lacy, I think.
Oh,
honestly not a bad
less fat.
comparison.
Just big snack. We gotta start
That's
pulling
pretty
that
funny.
left guard, have a donut tied to his ass, and have Najee run after it. That's what we need.
Dan, before the game started in Vegas,
Yeah.
what was like the Steeler to Raider count?
Oh yeah,
The
so I was
percentage.
literally at the game, right? And like I'm used to like usually when I go to Steeler games, it's not in Pittsburgh because I don't live there, but the crowd was insane. I think just because like it's Vegas, like everyone there's like, oh, like we're booking this a year in advance, like we're going to Vegas for the Steeler game. So there was some Pittsburgh fans there, but there was also like fans that were like,
But we should have
who
done.
the hell are these Steeler fans? Like random ass people. Yeah, like random ass people. I mean, like the Steeler fans, but like they don't seem like
Week
Pittsburgh
one
Steelers
was
fans,
pretty
obviously.
concerning because it was
And, like-
probably
Oh, the
probably
Niners,
60
they traveled well.
which I've never seen in
Yeah, the Niners
Heinz Field
traveled
or
well.
Acrisure. It did not feel
It
good
was the
being
Red
there.
Sea at Acrisure Stadium.
It really
was
was.
bad.
What are our thoughts on like? I know how they are like at the beginning of the year, but like after this game, what are our thoughts on Matt Canada?
I
Still
actually
ass.
thought he looked pretty decent during the Raiders game, but those first two games were an absolute nightmare.
And,
I
like,
think if you
to
just
come
look at
last
his
season-
his whole body of work, I saw a stat. I think we put it in our group chat. Degen Yinzers. It was like crazy. It was like every single team since 2021 has put up 400 yards. I think most teams have done it like at least 3 times, and some teams have done it even more than 10 times. And the Steelers are the only franchise that haven't done it, while Matt Canada's tenure has been going. So clearly, if we can't go for 400 yards in the last 2 years, and every other team can do it minimum 3 times, it shows that like he needs to go. I mean, it doesn't even matter if he called one good third down play against the Las Vegas Raiders, which was practically a home game. Like, congratulations, man! You ran a bootleg outside and just literally threw it to what's his face? What's that receiver's name? He's kind of
Was it Allen Robinson?
Allen Robinson caught that with his dick hoping to grasp. It was like the worst fucking third down, but we won the game, so we'll take it. But Matt Canada sucks,
Canada's
and so does Allen.
open up the playbook, and then just doesn't open up the playbook. Runs the same shit.
Exactly.
First down
Another
pass,
thing
second down run.
Yeah.
One of the stats we saw after the first 2 weeks was on first downs out of the shotgun. We were doing, I think, 91% were pass plays out of the shotgun, and then under center was 88%
Like
run. We're
shit,
tipping our plays, which it's elementary.
Yeah, I mean,
so if you're losing to us, you're just a bad team, honestly.
How about this? If you were the OC, what would you do? What was the first thing you do? Like everyone just said, like, what's the first thing you do if you're the OC?
I'm taking a shot down to either Pickens or Austin.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we've kind of gone away. We've kind of gone away from like the hurry up offense a little bit. I feel like I kind of like when we do that. Like I feel like we like the games like every like huddle.
I read this stat that when Pickens is on the move to his left, he completes like his percentage goes up like 38%. So what I'm doing is every fucking play, I'm hooking his ass left. He's right and left. I don't care if he has to throw it all the way across the field to the right to Pickens. He's better off doing it on the run in a scramble. But if he's in the pocket, he's not short, but he gets swallowed up in there. He's not Big Ben. He's not shaking guys off. I really think that he needs to start doing more play action, bootleg action. He's the best and most talented whenever he's on the move, in my opinion.
Yeah, that touchdown pass to Freiermuth. I know Freiermuth was like wide open, but that was like on the money. Like,
does he make that? Does he make that throw if he's in the pocket? No. Like he needs to be on the run.
He was sprinting across his body like one-footed, like literally in his breadbasket.
You know what that reminded me of
too?
Yeah, do you guys remember that Baltimore throw to Najee?
Yeah, it was almost
the exact same play. The Baltimore one to Najee.
That was money.
First thing I thought of when
there was a play where I think there was like illegal motion before the game on Pickens, before the play on Pickens, but like Pickett ran for like 30 yards.
Yeah, Pickens
it was a play. Yeah, and then the next play, he spun out from like the pressure and ran it for a first down. That was fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was good to see him on his
feet, like in college.
First 2 weeks.
We just like need a couple first downs, and like the offense will find its rhythm. Like we have some good players, they just like need to get their rhythm going. I think a little bit.
Who have the Texans played so far? I want to talk about. Have they faced a good defense yet with CJ Stroud?
They beat the Jaguars. I think the Texans are a team that are obviously like I think on paper you're like, oh, like easy win this week, Texans, but I think they're like kind of a little scary in the matter of like they're getting better like each week. I guess I've heard like CJ Stroud.
Is CJ Stroud the best player in the NFL? Like, can we put up the game tape? I watched the whole game tape against those Jags. He was slinging them, and I was thinking, God, would I trade him for Pickett today? Yeah, I would. CJ Stroud is good, and I think he's gonna shred.
Super mature for his age, and like just a beast.
So much better than he's literally Bryce Young, but just more gifted in just terms of his height and his body. Because Bryce Young is just as good, but he's a shrimp. So I'm surprised that he went over him.
Is Bryce Young even good? I haven't watched any of the Panthers.
I don't think he's like. I don't think he's doing bad, but they're just trash. Yeah.
I think CJ Stroud gets hit in the mouth bad this week against TJ Watt. Highsmith's gonna get pressure.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be.
He's taken 0 sacks so far this season. That's gonna change for sure.
Who is that? CJ Stroud?
Yeah, no sacks.
So they must have a really good offensive line.
I mean, they played the Ravens. Jags.
They have decent pass rush, I'd assume. They usually do.
Ravens, Colts, Jags. That's decent.
Can we also talk? Wait, can we also shed light that Boswell might be the best player on our team because like he's fucking nice.
Dude, I'm literally at the game like, dude, Boswell is so money. Like, I'm not
You
even
know,
worried anymore about field goals.
you're not worried. Like, you know, you usually get a little tingle like in your toes, and you get scared. Like, when you're like, you think he's gonna have the yips. No, dude, his toe is ice cold. He keeps that thing in the freezer all day long. That's what he does. He's ice.
And his makes are like dead center too. They're not even
You
like.
know, he's 26 of 32 from 50 plus yards in his NFL career. And I don't know if you guys remember that Bengals playoff game, but he was money. And every point we had was a field goal.
Oh yeah, I think that was the Chiefs one.
I might have been both actually. Yeah, because we did score that one Martavis Bryant through the legs catch or whatever. Do you remember that one against the Bengals?
This is like 2016.
What? Yeah, well, sorry that was our last playoff win. Like, of course I'm going to bring it up.
All right, so for this game coming up, I'm gonna do a little thing. It's called brutal score prediction. Okay, so like I know we're Steeler fans, but I want you guys to give like your honest score of what you think the game is gonna be. Like if we're playing Kansas City in Kansas City, don't be like, oh yeah, we're gonna pull one out. Like we're probably not. You know, so I want like your honest opinion of what the score is gonna be.
Well, Dan, let me just correct you on that. It depends. The line depends on if T Swift is there or not. Because if T Swift's there, we're fucked.
Dude, I had Kelsey in fantasy. I'm like, dude, like this is the best matchup I've ever had in my life. All right, so give me a score prediction for you guys.
I don't think they're going to put up more than 17. Steelers are probably going to be the best defense they've played. I don't think the Texans are going to put up more than 17.
Okay.
Texans haven't played that good of a defense yet. I mean, what's CJ Stroud going to do under pressure with Highsmith and TJ Watt? He hasn't seen it yet. It's going to be brand new to him. He's never seen it on that level. So 17 max. Steelers, maybe mid-20s.
Yeah.
All right, give me a score.
We'll go 24-17.
Okay, I like it. I'm gonna go ahead and tackle this one. I'm looking at the Texans' past couple games. They only put 9 points up against the Baltimore Ravens, and if you look at the Ravens' defense, yeah, they're solid, but I think the Steelers' defense is a lot more stout. They only put up 20 against the Colts. I think the Jaguars just didn't come to play. I think this is kind of just I think this might be just a case by case thing in the week. I think the Jags just didn't show up, and CJ Stroud and the boys took advantage of it. They also had a 300-pound linebacker take one all the way to the house, so I think that score is a little deceiving. I think the Jags just suck fucking wang that Sunday. I think the Steelers lay a goose egg too. We never play well to teams. I think we put up 10 points and we get the fucking win. 10-3 Steelers. Worst game on. Thank God this isn't prime time because our eyes are going to be bleeding by the end of it. We're going to almost lose in the end. And I think one of their receivers drops it in the end zone. Stonehands. Patrick P lets him get right off. Going to go to OT. He drops it. We win 10-3. 10-3. Boswell makes the extra point, and the field goal, obviously. Doesn't miss.
There we go.
All right, well, last week, Kenny threw, his first time throwing 2 touchdown passes?
Yeah,
that was
baby.
a good bet, Dan. There we go. I think he gets 3 touchdown passes. Najee will finally get 1, so that's 4 right there. And Boswell's good for like 2 field goals from the 50. So we're looking at 34. Texans ain't going to do shit. Our defense is top 3 for sure. 34-6. Blowout. I can go back to sleep in Hawaii time.
Wow.
I like it. I like it. I mean, honestly, like I wanted to say that, but for some reason, I feel like the Steelers come out and lay a goose egg as well, but we get the win. Yeah. I don't know.
I mean,
it could go either way.
I can't even remember the last time we blew a team out, any team in the NFL. So, like the Raiders we were up 23-7, and the final score was 23-18. Like, what are we doing? Like we need to be like the Dolphins and like step on their throats and put it away. Like they won 70-20. Like we need more of that.
I feel like that happens this week with Matt Canada having his like breaking out the playbook. I think it happens.
Yeah,
dude against a bad team.
In my time with the Steelers, I just know that like they suck ass, and you're like the Niners game, and you're like, dude, like this season is like a wash. Like what are we doing? and then they'll like play good, and then like right when they're playing good, they'll suck ass again. So like honestly, like I'm like a little worried about, not worried, but like I think the score is gonna be pretty low scoring because Houston's kind of bad. But I think 17-14 is my prediction.
17-14 who? Steelers or Texans?
Steelers win. And I
but
think
we all
can
like agree that we're gonna win. Just all in totally different facets.
Yeah, I think we should win. But like honestly, like actually, I think another reason why we're gonna win is because Houston played really well last week, and like they're not a consistent.
Yeah, all
team,
the hype's on them.
And like they have like a lot to prove and stuff, and like I don't think they're gonna be ready for like the Steelers pass.
Their O line's a little shaken up too. Our defense didn't get to.
How many sacks does Watt get this week?
Dude, you know what's crazy
2.5.
is he literally had like 2 sacks in the first half, and it was like an average game. It felt like for him. So he's playing all right. Like no strip sack yet. It's like oh fuck.
I think he leads the league. He has 6 already. 6. I think the next highest was like 4.5.
I think 5.
Yeah,
like a dude from the Vikings.
The thing I hate the most is when they compare him to Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett is horrible. I mean, just compared to him.
Myles Garrett balls out, but just never against the Steelers. He sucks against the Steelers. Like he never does anything against the Steelers.
Unless it's his
greatest. I was gonna say that's his greatest highlight was hitting Mason Rudolph with his helmet, just with Bear. That was wild.
You guys know who I actually like love this season on the Steelers? Can you guess who I'm gonna say? There's no way you can guess.
What was the question?
The linebacker.
Cole Holcomb, baby.
Yes.
Cole.
Yeah.
He is tough.
Can't cover for shit, but
the dog.
He lays wood.
Okay, everyone say. So who's your sneaky guy? So yours is Cole Holcomb. I like that.
Cole Holcomb is my guy, dude. We know CK. It's Percy Harvin, huh?
Presley.
Calvin.
Oh, Presley Harvin.
That's my guy.
Who? Okay,
Presley
I was reading
Harvin
these chats. I was like, "Are you guys like smoking meth? Like, what? Who are these guys?" Like Dan's like putting out in the group chat. He's like, "Yo, is that Miles Austin?" I was like, "What? That receiver from the Cowboys in 2003?" I was like, "What?" And then he's like, "Oh, he's gonna be his dad." And then I saw a replay of him handing the ball off to his dad. His dad looks like he's like a math teacher at some kind of like fucking like school district in Pittsburgh or something. I like Quan Alexander. I think he's a fucking beast. He's a baller. Wasn't he a Pro Bowler with the Jets too?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, so he's solid.
I got JPJ.
JPJ, I like that one.
Joey Porter Jr.
Yeah, once he starts getting more reps, he'll be.
Do you think he needs more reps or no?
I think they're playing him pretty good.
I think like the way we're playing him is good because if we give him starter minutes, he's going to start showing that he actually sucks. I think like because like he comes in like 2 plays a game and like the QB will throw his worst pass of the night and he'll have like blatant PI and like for some reason the refs won't call it and we're like, dude, he's God. If we look at his stats, he comes in and plays full reps. Like I think his flaws are going to start to flash. I mean, there's a reason why there was no buzz.
He comes in for does he come for Levi Wallace?
I think Levi Wallace has had a great game. He kind of backed it up. I mean, he had 2 interceptions.
How many? Does he have 3 on the year so far?
He might.
Does he have 3?
He had 2 last game.
He had 2 last games. So he definitely has 2. He might have 3.
I like Levi Wallace. Yeah. Do you guys like Patrick Peterson?
He's good for the vet, but I don't know. That play was bad.
He's been getting burned, which I've been shocked. So
I kind of like Pat. Pappy has good content though, so that's a plus.
I think on that play he was like I think the corner got burned and he was kind of recovering Patrick Peterson and like just like made a terrible effort at it.
Yeah, that was Levi's fault for sure.
I think it was Levi Wallace's fault. Yeah. All right, well let's do a new segment. I was thinking about it last night. This is fire. All right, so you know like this the game Fuck Marry Kill, obviously, right? So we're gonna do start, bench, cut. Okay, start, bench, cut. I'm gonna give you 3 players on the team.
All right, I like it.
And you gotta give me your favorite, your middle, and your last. All right. Okay, here we go. George Pickens, Minka, Kenny Pickett.
Oh,
start Minka.
Is this like from a GM's perspective? Is this from a GM perspective or like a music video?
As your fan.
Like if I was filming a music video,
Who do you need on the team?
Who's the most important on the field to start? Who do you need in your bench?
It depends on the context. Like, if you want the clicks and you want the hype, like, I'm low-key taking Pickens number one. You got to start Pickens. He's the future. I'll tell you one thing. I'm not doing anything with Pickett. I'm slitting his throat before I even get to Minka. No way.
Why do you hate him so much? I like him.
Pickett does not make it on this list. I'm sorry. Like, it's too obvious we're gonna kill him, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think I like him, to be honest.
Is anyone not killing our quarterback? Let's just start there.
I think we all are.
I think we're killing Kenny.
And is Minka like even good anymore? Like, are we gonna talk about that a little bit? Like, remember he was getting like pick sixes like every game.
I think
like,
we're just too spoiled. Now he doesn't have like 2 picks by this point. It's like, oh well, we're so used to him being such a ball hawk. I mean, I think that the biggest step down from any player is Minka to the next guy.
You're right.
George Pickens right now, you can replace him.
Minka's all
Kenny,
pro.
You can replace him with Trubisky. So
I
think it's without a doubt.
He's all pro, and I think he's all. I think I saw like many like safety drafts, and he usually wins them. Like he's usually number one.
I think Minka's pound for pound like top 5 player in the NFL. He's just like overall that.
He is like sneakily.
I don't know about top 5, but he's
Minka.
What did he rank in the top 100? You know, they do the top 100 every year. I'm curious what his ranking was.
That shit's bullshit.
Because he's a Steeler. Because he's a Steeler, he probably got like 98. But if he was on any other team, he'd be like a 6. Okay, let's talk about this. Why are the Steelers like the most slept on team consistently, like in every single media sense? And the one time that we get media hype, people are riding the Steelers' dick in preseason. They're talking about Kenny Pickett's perfect passer rating. Like, we're looking like the truth. We shit the bed. It's almost like we don't want the hype. Like, the second people start counting us out, I look at the power rankings after that 49er game. We were damn near last in the league. We went from the Super Bowl favorite to like literally 30th in the NFL with like the literal, like, I don't know, what are the shittiest teams in the NFL? Like, we were right there with the Texans, and like that was it. Like, so what do you think it's almost better for the media to be like off our dicks, or essentially, I guess, on them in a way?
We can't perform with the pressure on. It's weird. I don't know, like now we're ranked 9 in like PFF overall.
Really?
I don't like it.
It's gonna be a letdown. So that means we're gonna lose this week, unfortunately.
Dude, those rankings
the second we cross
back to 30,
those rankings are a bunch of bull. Like, if you have one good week, like, oh, like you're 15 spots higher. Like, come on. Like,
well, that's only in the first the first 3 or 4 weeks. They go like this because it's like no one really knows, you know. But once you get to like week 10, those ratings like kind of stay steady. Like, you can really gauge.
Real quick, other NFL news,
teams.
like,
are
the Cowboys legit or ass? Is it same old Cowboys or are they legit?
Dak's gonna be a Dak in the playoffs.
I think Dak Prescott sucks.
Dak sucks. We all know Dak.
But they have Trey Lance. Like, put him in. Like, why not? Like, that's sick. I kind of like that spot for him.
You know who else has been kind of let down is Tony Pollard. Dude was a dog towards the end of last year, and he had much. Has he been playing good? He certainly isn't putting up as many fantasy points as I thought he would.
He didn't have a great game. No, he has good fantasy points if you check it out. I think he's like, I have him in my league. He's like number 4 overall running back. He's good. I'm pretty sure. Do you have him?
Yeah, I have him. Maybe I'm spoiled from him getting 25.
If we're talking cool stories in the NFL that aren't Steeler related, who's that Puka Nuko guy or whatever? Dude, that guy's a baller on the Rams. Yeah, oh my God, it's crazy, and it's like
he had a little bit less of a game.
Letdown.
Drew has him in fantasy.
Did he have yeah, I don't think it was crazy against Cincinnati, but like you look at those first 2 starts, like that is like historic.
Yeah, like 20 targets a game.
Like if you look at Puka Nuko and you look at Cooper Kupp and you tell me this is the best wide receiver duo in the NFL, I would tell you you're an idiot, but it actually might be statistically.
All right, Peter, what's your thoughts real quickly? T Swift and Kelsey.
Oh my God! I thought you never asked, man.
Kelsey's gonna be too distracted.
I don't know, dude. All I gotta say is this: in high school, when I got a girlfriend, I mean, obviously you do some extracurriculars before the game, and you lose your legs. So I'm worried that Kelsey's not going to be running as fast as he used to, dude. He might blow out a knee, dude. I mean, you get Swift in the bathroom, you got like the whole army outside of your porter potty. I mean, he's got too many eyes on him. He can't even, dude. I mean, I don't know. All I gotta say is I don't think the Chiefs are going to be as good this year. They don't spend any money on their defense. You got Travis Kelsey with heavy legs. They have nothing in his balls. I don't think the T Swift thing is good for the Chiefs, but I think the T Swift thing is good for us, Steeler fans. So I think the AFC could be potentially more wide open because of it.
Yeah, there's been a lot of like I guess maybe if the Dolphins are a leap, I feel like it's kind of more wide open this season.
Is it also? Yeah. It's also like, was this the same story last year?
Dolphins. Technically, we're second behind the Dolphins.
We are, but like, was it the same story last year with the Dolphins? The Dolphins started off so hot. They were red hot last year. They crushed the Ravens in a crazy game, shootout, and then what happened? They sucked. Tua was one hit away from never playing again. Unfortunately, I wouldn't believe in too much of the hype just because of the pure sustainability of staying on the field.
He's been doing that jiu-jitsu. He's rolling away from those shots now.
Yeah. But that coach is pretty cool. What's his name?
Mike McDaniel.
Mike McDaniel. He's a cool guy.
He's a great guy.
Just imagine how their fan base is feeling after that game. Like, you win 70-20. Like, how would we be feeling if we were just like, yeah, we just put up 70?
Dude, okay, I guess another debate is, should they kick the field goal at the end of the game to make it all-time points? Because they could have beat the record. They had the chance. And they kneeled it. They kneeled it out. They kneeled it out
like a 40-yarder to break the record.
Yeah.
Speaking of field,
go get the record. That's what I would
why were the Raiders kicking that field goal in that game instead of going for the touchdown? I thought that was one of the stupidest things I've ever seen. You're down the field against the Steelers defense. You're at the 10-yard line. You need a touchdown.
Was it 4th and 6? Do you really want to risk the game right there?
Yeah, so what happened was they went for the field goal with 3 minutes left, or 3.5 minutes left, and we had that dumb penalty of leverage penalty on the center, right?
Yeah. They do that every single play. Like, Vegas called in. Like, Vegas wanted something to happen. The refs started calling some bullshit. The refs started calling some bullshit at the end of that game. Like, they were keeping the Raiders in it.
I think that decision by what's the Raiders coach, McDaniels, right, or something like that.
Yeah, Josh
and
McDaniels.
So I think that was a good call. But then when they drove down again and there was only 2 minutes left or whatever it was, I think they should have went for it there, because even if you don't get it, you're right there, they're back pinned deep and you're in the same position as you were before. You're just tied. Yeah. You're just down by 8.
It's not acknowledged that if they did go for it, we would have lost that football game, because there's no chance we wouldn't have given a touchdown, and there's no chance they wouldn't have just bootlegged it right for 2.
Yeah,
there's no way.
I can guarantee you they would have gotten the 2-point conversion. It always happens.
Maybe overtime. We see another Boswell off his toe for the win, and we're just wow. At this point, that's what we're good at. We're good at giving our fan base just a cardiac arrest every time we watch the game. What's that?
I'm pretty sure some dude died last year from a heart attack.
I mean, don't get me wrong. My grandpa, Bob, he's 80 years old. He looks great for his age. If he wasn't a Steeler fan, he would look like he was 50. It's actually crazy how much damage from a physical standpoint it could be for being a Steeler fan. There's nothing easy.
He sold his season tickets to keep him alive for longer.
He did. My grandpa sold his season tickets for longevity in his lifespan. That's what it's come down to. So yeah.
All right. So last thing, let's talk about the Minkah Fitzpatrick play, the roughing the passer.
I don't know what you want more from Minkah. That's a perfect textbook hit. He's running super fast. You can't just slow down.
Was that a late flag? It was a late flag.
He was roughing the passer. I think they said his head was down or something, contact to the head.
Yeah, they just hit him, and then the ref just threw the
flag. It was weak. I mean, his head was there, but it's not like he's murdering the guy.
His head was there, but he hit 85% of shoulder pad. Yeah. He went I just kind of knew they were going to call it, because
Jimmy G
anytime
on that play.
I think he did, but I think he got the concussion hitting the ground.
Also, another thing about Jimmy G is he's the starting quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders, and he kind of looks like he could premiere on GQ. How much ass do you think Jimmy Garoppolo gets, and how much do you think he actually even gives a fuck about the football field? He goes out there and slings it, but he knows he's going home to 6 fucking girls waiting for him at his penthouse mansion in Vegas. I don't think he's getting worried. If I could be any NFL player, I would be Jimmy Garoppolo, and it's not even close. It's not even close.
He's a beast. He's a beast.
I mean, he dated the porn star in San Fran, so.
Oh, did you see Tyreek Hill said when he retires he wants to be a porn star?
Oh my god,
that'd be quite the transition, wouldn't it? See Tyreek pop up.
You see Tyreek Hill doesn't. Tyreek Hill like admitted he doesn't even watch film. He's like, yeah, I literally just play like Madden simulations so I can just get a gauge on like what they're good at, and like he's like the best receiver in the league. I guess that's all it takes when you have that type of talent.
He's a beast. Either way, he gets points, bro. He gets yards. He's so good. How about also like we just let Devontae Adams casually get like 42 fantasy points against us? Like just went off against.
He was wide open all day long,
dude. He's nasty. Like he was shred. And like I know Levi Wallace had the 2 picks, but before the 2 picks, I was like screaming to get him off the field. Like I was like, this guy sucks. Like he gets the 2 interceptions, like the 1 throwaway at the end pads the stats. I don't think Levi Wallace is actually that good, to be honest. You can't have a receiver.
He's not.
Yeah. So I do agree with you, Nobo, about the JPJ transition. I think he could potentially come into that spot.
Ease him into it. Should we get a little Uncle Lon reaction?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Hey.
What are you doing?
Oh yeah,
Nation, baby. I like the hat.
Here we go.
What's your thoughts on week 4?
Yeah, week 4 thoughts. What do you think? Houston, Texans.
Week 4, Steelers better be careful. Houston's playing.
I need a score prediction. Score prediction.
Steelers 21-13.
All right, I like
that.
We're not going to blow them out. I agree too.
But traditionally, Pittsburgh doesn't play well against rookie quarterbacks. I don't know why.
That is true. We usually play down to our competition.
Oh, but that's we need to bring back Kyle Power, get rid of Tomlin.
Seriously?
No, I'm just kidding.
That's like adult Steelers, like bring back.
That's like the most Pittsburgh thing you could possibly say. But
like,
I love it.
Bring back Bill Cowher.
They need to bring in a young offensive-minded coach. That's what they need.
Yeah.
You need a young offensive-minded coach to go with the new NFL. Yeah. All right, see you guys.
That. All right, see ya.
All right, y'all, and I think that should be a wrap. Thanks, Uncle Lon, for checking in. You know, we appreciate that check-in. We'll give you guys a little update after the next game. You know, we'll get this up and we'll get this running, guys. But yeah, it's been a pleasure.